A very good evening to all our viewers and welcome to this iconic Sharjah Cricket Stadium where we bring you 36th Sharjah Ramadan League 2025 and we're all set for our fascinating encounter. It is the first semi-finals which is going to be played between Gems Education and Colatta Warriors. We're down to the business end and we're expecting to have plenty of chills and thrills. Right then, we don't have much time in our hands, so let's head down in the middle where we've got Asim Sheikh down with the two captains and the match referee for the all-important toss.
36th Sharjah Ramadan T20 League. It is the semi-final time, the big game to be played between Gems Education and UAE Colatta Warriors. I have Zafar Raja, the skipper of Gems Education, the match referee Mr. Tehseen Javed, and the skipper of Colatta Warriors, Rizwan Sabir. It's Rizwan to flip the coin. Heads, please. Heads is the call, loud and clear. And it is heads. Zafar, idea behind bowling?
Listen, we've had a bit of a mixed tournament, but normally I think we're better at chasing than defending. So I thought we'd keep to a routine which allows us to win.
So, pretty windy conditions. Yeah. Dew doesn't seem to be a point of consideration.
Not today, no.
What do you make out of the surface?
We played on it on the quarterfinal, and if it plays the same way, I think I think the fast bowlers need to be line and length rather than doing what happened in the IPL today, which is giving width to the batsmen. So I'm hoping they keep to the plan.
What's your plan in terms of the combination of the side? How many fast bowlers are playing in today?
We've got a ability to two fast bowlers, a medium pacer, but we've got three spinners. So you can see what the plan is.
Pretty interesting. What's your thought? What is a good total to chase down in the semi-final?
The lowest total. I mean if we can restrict them to 150, 160, then we've got a chance. Yeah, they're a good side. We played them before. We know they're very talented.
All right, give us a good game.
Thank you very much.
Rizwan, you lost the toss, but what were your plans?
Actually, we were also planning for the bowling, and hard luck, we didn't want the toss, and we are going to bat first. I think there will be no changes in the track in first part and second part. So hopefully, inshallah, we'll see what we are going to do in this pitch.
Well, you've been playing some good quality cricket, some youngsters, backing some young talents. Tell us about the secret of the success of your Colatta Warriors.
No, actually, you can see all the faces are new in this format, and we are not going for the big names, and we are giving the chance for the youngsters, and it's working out in our team. You can see that in the couple of matches last we played over here. And inshallah, see what we're gonna do today.
Well, tell us about your combination. What is the balance that you're going in terms of your bowling?
No, we are going with the same team which we have played in last quarter matches, and we have three fast bowlers and three spinners, and we have some all-rounders also.
A lot of options to play around. Give us a good game then in the semi-finals.
Inshallah.
Well, so the news from the centre is that Gems Education, they have won the toss, and as usual, we've seen here in the Sharjah Stadium, they have opted to bowl first.
Well, thank you very much, Asim Sheikh. So the confirmation and the news coming in from the centre, Gems Education, the captain, Zafar Raja, he had absolutely no hesitations after winning the toss and to bowl first. And I think that's a very good decision considering we have seen the wicket, it does tend to swing early on, especially with the new ball. And that's where he thought that the fast bowlers will look to extract any kind of early movement. So here we are. Play says the umpire. It's going to be Matiullah Khan steaming in for the first time in this all-important semi-final. And straight away, it's bang on target. But that slight bit of movement has surely saved him. And good decision. It's going down the leg side. But then again, it's a brilliant start right on the target. And this is what we will see more often than not. Matiullah will look to pitch the ball in the right areas, in the good lengths. And you need someone who can really get you early wickets. And talking about Matiullah, and this is what he's been doing consistently. He's off to a good start. Good delivery right onto the stumps. Nicely bowled once again. Good little punch. Yeah, these first 6 overs are going to be so important. Both these batters in the middle. We'll look to lay the platform, just lay the foundation early on. Look to get somewhere around 45, even 50, you never know. Because Junaid Shamsu, we know he's a very, very fierce striker of the ball, and if he gets going, I think we're going to be in for a lot of entertainment. Lovely delivery straight away, swing on offer, and sloppy work behind the stumps. It's going to be 4 byes. So it's not really going to impress the captains Zafar Raja or Matiullah. A better effort was required. You don't want to be leaking any kind of extras early on. And it was a good delivery, and surely Matiullah will be getting a lot of confidence seeing that ball shaping away from Junaid Shamsu. But what I really like about Matiullah, he's just trying to pitch the ball up, and that's the right approach. Especially in the first 4 to 5 overs, you need to ensure you pitch in the right areas. Let the batter play. Shot, he's pulled it away. He's found the gap, and that's going to be the first runs for Junaid Shamsu. I was just praising Matiullah in regards to how beautiful he was bowling, but then this shot ball, and Junaid pouncing on the opportunity has found the gap to perfection. This should release a bit of early tension and nerves early on when you come out to bat as an opener. So they are off to a good start already. Colatta Warriors have had a brilliant run so far in this tournament. Will look to get off to a blistering start yet again. That's a good comeback delivery. And it's just that these first 4 to 5 overs as a batter, you just need to be a little cautious and careful. The ball will tend to move around. Matiullah, of course, we know he's got that tendency to take the ball away from the right-handers. So you have to be a little cautious in your approach. So far, he's done well, just that one loose delivery. Otherwise, those 4 byes, that's the reason they've got 8 runs on the board. And also talking about Vaibhav Govekar, mind you, he's the second best batter in this tournament. Shot just guided away, but couldn't really find the desired gap. Nonetheless, it's a good comeback by Matiullah. And that's the end of the first over. Colatta Warriors 8 for no loss. Right then, it's going to be Muhammad Ali, and no surprises. He's been bowling with the new ball alongside Matiullah, and also has got that tendency to move the ball. So this is going to be an interesting contest. Lovely delivery, right on the perfect channel. They wanted a single, and rightfully so denied by Junaid Shamsu. And I think it's the right time to introduce my co-com. For the first time in this match, Asim Sheikh. Welcome, Asim.
Thank you, always. Always good to be back here at the Sharjah Stadium. And especially at the stage where the tournament is poised towards the business end. And also the typical Sharjah sheen that we see on the surface is back there.
That's a good little punch, and he's found the gap to precision. It's a lightning quick outfield, and you do get value for the good shots you play on this wicket, and Vaibhav gets off the mark with the boundary.
Well, that was a top shot there from Vaibhav. Just look at that, slightly back of length, and he is super strong in that area. You might as well need a point, and that backward point coming in very close to each other, probably a one-arm distance between the two, because he is super strong in that zone. On the back foot, likes to pepper that area. Very strong in that region. So have to be really proactive in terms of how they set the field up here.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that was a special shot, bisecting between the gully and point fielder, where the gap was pretty minimal. Beautifully bowled, but that's too high, and also drifting down the leg side. Good comeback delivery though.
That's good running between the wickets here. Junaid Shamsu immediately realizing that the ball is going very slow. Have a look. Yeah, definitely going down the leg. Definitely going down the leg. Very ambitious in that appeal. In fact, the one that happened in the first over, I felt that was a very close shout. That hint of inward movement that Matiullah gets, I think just going against him.
Yeah, he has been very impressive with the new ball, and more often than not, he does get you those early breakthroughs with the new ball. You won't really see the captains holding him back, maybe just one over. Otherwise, that has been the trend we've been seeing, giving Matiullah at least 3 overs in the power play. Lovely delivery once again. Junaid Shamsu. He's taking his time in the middle here, Asim, and is letting the ball come to him and playing it late.
I think he's very watchful here, Junaid. Have seen this season open quite a lot. Very consistent with that number 1 or number 2 position. And liking that role for that matter. I think he's done fairly well. Very consistent scoring runs as well.
It's drifting down the leg side, and Junaid Shamsu, surely he's missed out an opportunity that should have been just put away to the boundary. All he had to do is just get some bat on it, and the pace would have done the rest.
I just felt that the head was falling on the offside pretty much. And as a result, just losing out connection. That's one of the reasons why they say why it is very important to keep a stable head so that you get the line of the ball and play your shot. The moment your head falls, these are those end results of those situations.
Yeah, quite certainly Junaid Shamsu will have to be slightly careful in his approach, not to be over-aggressive. Has turned out to be decent over so far. That's been cut away once again, and he's found the gap to perfection. Vaibhav is so strong in those areas. That was marginally short, and how quickly he got into an excellent position and thumping it for a boundary.
Yeah, just look at that. Width on offer. And I am really not impressed with this field setup here. You are just angling the ball away from the left-hander. You need to keep a sweeper cover behind. You need to come out of the orthodox field setup. Nonetheless, 2 gone, it's 18 for no loss.
Well, they're off to a decent start already here, Colatta Warriors. Shot, he's hit that. And that's a brilliant stroke once again. Not the best of deliveries. And Junaid cashing onto it.
Hint of movement as well for Matiullah. Closely watch there. I think getting the toe end of the bat, but Junaid Shamsu, well, he's an Indian with a West Indian power.
Yeah, this is somewhere you can't really be bowling to Junaid Shamsu, especially when he is in this kind of a mood. That's too short, and a lot of width has been offered by Matiullah. He needs to adjust his line slightly.
Certainly that width on offer was pretty much inviting here for Junaid. This one moved in, shaped into the right-hander, and this is where you need to make that fielder come in play. Just view your movement in and out from that channel which is close to the stumps, line of the stumps. You keep it close to that off-stump line, the 4th wicket. Get the ball to move in, get the ball to move out. This is where you will find success.
Absolutely, couldn't agree more on that. And Matiullah, he has been quite disciplined even in the past. I've seen him a lot of Matiullah lately, and he has been making a name for himself so far. He's bowled well, but I think he's just trying to bowl a little too quick here. He's bowling with the new ball, and all he has to do is just focus and pitch the ball in the right areas and, as you mentioned, swing from that off-stump channel.
Yeah, that's good. That's tight, and that's good running as well. You have to be very watchful when you're batting alongside Webb of Gowicker. The moment you say yes, that means you'll have to commit to that yes and complete that run.
Yeah, and I think they have a very good camaraderie and good coordination. So both of them, of course, they've played a lot of cricket with each other, and I'm sure they must be having a good understanding. And that was good example, good response by Junaid Shamsu.
Well, indeed, they've been batting together for a very long time. That's thumped, but straight to the fielder. It was hit with a lot of power there by Afaq. That occasion making no mistakes. 24 for no loss. Very even Steven start here. I think Colatta, they're looking a bit more determined here in terms of what they want to do. They just don't want to throw away wickets by playing rash shots, but just wait for those bad ones to dispatch them. And they've done a fair, decent job here so far.
Yeah, I think these two men in the middle, they have a quite contrasting approach. Talking about Junaid Shamsu, you could call him a power hitter. He likes to express himself in the first 6 overs, likes to clear the boundaries. And talking about Webb of Gowicker, is more technically very sound, looks to be very busy at the crease and will look to rotate strike, much more compact compared to Junaid.
Oh, yeah, certainly. Webb, who has a background of a lot of top-level cricket back in India, has done well. And those are the basics that he's trying to carry here. And that's a sign of a very talented and a good cricketer. Oh, cracking shot. You don't move for that one.
Well, this is a painful lesson here from Matiullah. He's not learning from his mistakes. He needs to understand that's not the right length to Junaid Shamsu. Look at that. Just clearing his front foot. And it just seemed like he was waiting for that short delivery. And once again, he has hit that like a rocket. So they're off to a flyer.
Oh, it's more than the length. The line is a problem for me. You can't give width to this man. You just keep him cramped for room. This is where you'll find success. The moment you start giving him width, he will not take a risk. It's just that he'll use his power and play your shots.
That's much better. And that was a decent attempt for Han Barber down there. That could have been a stunner. And Matiullah can't believe his luck.
That's what cramping for room can do to Junaid Shamsu. You don't give him room, and this is what can happen. He will try to invent a shot.
Yeah, I think you make a very good point. And that delivery was pitched in a perfect line. And that's where Junaid Shamsu got into an awkward position. Wanted to invent a shot out of nowhere and almost lost his wicket. 29 for low loss after 3. So we're going to see spin for the first time in this innings. Ahmed has been introduced pretty early, and I think he will be under some pressure because Junaid Shamsu, he is one of those batters who really fancies playing against spinner. So looking forward to this contest.
And that to an off spinner against Junaid. And taken. Acrobatic. Mohammad Ali fumbled it. Well, again, against the odds here, Junaid Shamsu perishing against a spinner.
Well, certainly they had a plan in their mind. Getting a spinner early on. Oh my word, that is a brilliant take on the second attempt. He's taken a blinder.
Well, two basics, one going right, the other going wrong. One not holding onto the ball, the other one keeping an eye onto the ball, which went right.
Oh, that is a huge wicket going down pretty early. This is the wicket they were desperately looking after. And after getting a good start, Junaid Shamsu will have to go back to the dugout after scoring runner ball 14. It's 29 for 1. In walks the number 3 batter at a very crucial position, Israr Ahmed. Usually we do see him come out to open, but he's given a new role and he has been really scoring runs consistently, Asim.
I think the idea has been very simple by Colatta. They want to keep that lefty-righty combination in place with the new ball. But these two men are the men to watch out for in the domestic circuit in UAE. Vaibhav Govekar and Israr Ahmed. Very promising talent.
Absolutely, couldn't agree more. Coming around the wicket once again, nicely nudged away towards long on. Israr Ahmed gets off the mark with a single.
It's just about giving these two players enough game time for them to unleash. I think both of them will be eagerly waiting for the iconic 50-over Bukhatar to begin, to showcase what they are actually made up of. They've played a lot of quality cricket back in their respective home countries. One hails from India, the other one from Pakistan. And with the kind of talent both possess, I think will be the right platform for that 50-over Bukhatar League to do justice to their talent.
Oh, absolutely, and I think Colatta Warriors would desperately want both these men to fire. Of course, Vaibhav Govekar being the second best batter rather in this tournament. So he's walked in with a lot of confidence. So I just think that maybe Israr Ahmed, he's been given a role, and that is to really accelerate and look to play free-flowing strokes. On the other end, Vaibhav Govekar, he can play the role of a second fiddle and stay in the middle.
Well, certainly he likes to play long. He likes to take his innings deep, just not throw it away, values his wicket. At times can be a bit vulnerable in terms of running between the wicket. That's a loud appeal from Ahmed, but you're not going to get it from around the wicket, will you?
Yeah, a little bit over-ambitious and clearly pitching outside leg. Yeah, the bowlers, they're always interested the moment it hits the pads in the line, but then again, pitching outside leg and good decision yet again.
Yeah, that's where it becomes difficult. Meanwhile, a very tidy over here coming in from Ahmed. Picking up a wicket, the big wicket of Junaid Shamsu. 31 for 1 after 4.
So more spin being introduced by Zafar Raja. He's realized that there is something on offer for the spinners. We saw in the last over he's getting a lot of drift. And that's a beautiful delivery. Not the best of shots. That could have been disaster. I think it was just a bit too close to cut Asim.
I think the ball kept low as well to his liking there. Vaibhav a bit too late to react. He didn't anticipate that one to skid on so quickly. I think you'll have to be very careful on that one, especially when it comes into you as a spin bowler. Glad that there was not enough purchase there for this left arm spinner, Shan.
Yeah, and also considering how the wicket has been playing throughout this tournament, we have seen the ball pitches, it's going a bit too quicker onto the batters. It's not really holding up, and of course the ball is still new. There's lacquer on the ball, so it will skid and go quicker. Beautifully played. Once again, he's found the gap. Decent attempt, but can't really stop it from going towards the boundary.
Yeah, lacquer brings in that quickness of the surface, but the moment it hits the bat, well, mind you, it doesn't stay in. That's a sure example. Excellent shot from Israr. Technique pitch perfect. Waiting for the ball and cutting it in the gap.
Once again, a short delivery, and he's worked it away towards deep square. Long chase, and should have been stopped. So back-to-back boundaries for Israr Ahmed. He's up and running.
Well, great approach there from the fielder. It's just that the final execution didn't happen the right one. Put in that chase right from that mid-wicket area. Did 90% of the job right, except for the final 10, which costed them that boundary.
Yeah, I think Shan Salgado, he needs to take a leaf out of the notebook of Ahmed Khalid. Now comes around the wicket. Yeah, it's a much better delivery. I think those last couple of deliveries he's bowled Asim, he's bowled slightly shorter. Israr, mind you, is a very strong cutter of the ball. Anything short to him, he just gets into those excellent positions pretty early. Look at that. Once again, shot and thumped away towards cover region. Make that third boundary in the over.
Well, very strong on the back foot, Israr. All those three boundaries were slightly shorter in length, not way too much, but it's just Israr's class that has brought in those three boundaries, making sure that he played in those areas where there were no fielder placed. Just one shot that went straight to the fielder, the previous one.
It's turned out to be quite a handy over. That's a much better delivery to close out the fifth over, and a handy one for Colatta Warriors. 44 for 1 after 5. So they're off to a decent start here, Colatta Warriors. Yes, they have lost an important wicket, but since Israr has come, he's really taken the charge and he's taken the responsibility on his shoulders.
Yeah, certainly. I think the idea is very clear. Just try to make the maximum out of the power play overs. This is the final one. Ahmed has bowled well in the first one. I think he's getting the drift in the air. He's just starting from outside the leg stump area where the ball would ideally finish on his pads, but the length is so pitch perfect that he's not letting Weber open his arms. Again, change of length as well as line. It's forcing him to think something out of the box and try to invent a shot out of nowhere.
Well, this is a good little contest we're witnessing. He's trying to take a single and get Israr back on strike. Once again, does not find the gap. So it's turning out to be a brilliant over. And the third delivery he bowled, Asim, that ball did not drift. It held its line and went straighter. So that's what is just concerning a bit of doubt in the mind of Webb of Goviker. Drifting down the leg side, another dot delivery. This could turn out to be a maiden over here.
Power play and a maiden by a spinner. You can't be asking for more, especially when he has given you that breakthrough in the first one and just conceded two. This is excellent bowling here from Ahmed.
Israr Ahmed on the other end, he must be feeling a little fidgety. Want to come back on strike. Last delivery. Lovely ball. That is a brilliant over by Ahmed. Bowls a maiden in a T20 game, and that too in a power play. 44 for 1 after 6. So the captain Zafar Raja is opting to introduce more spin. Just that one over for Shan Salgado in the power play. He was slightly expensive, bowling touch too short. Israr was a bit severe. In comes Mohammad Farazuddin for the first time in this innings.
Again, if you're going to bowl at that channel, it's going to be bread and butter for Israr. You can't let him cut the ball. Look at how short that ball was. That was ordinary stuff from Faraz to start with. I think it was too harsh on Shan to be called off after that one over. Yes, went for runs, but that was power play. Maybe slight benefit should have been given to get that confidence back. But nonetheless, the captain has a plan in his mind and he's opting to stick with it.
Yeah, actually, you make a very valid point here, Asim. He could have just opted to continue with him. He didn't bowl all that bad. This is high in the air. This could be the second wicket going down. It is. And that's a massive wicket going. Israr Ahmed, after getting such a good start, has thrown away his wicket.
Yeah, I think the plan was very simple, is not to let him play on the onside. But it's just that the length not coming to his favor. Just giving it straight to Rashid Habib, who makes no mistakes there. Second wicket down at the mark of 48 after 6.3.
So Mohammad Farazuddin, he picks up one of the most important wickets. First, it was Junaid Shamsu. He too got off to a good start, but then lost his wicket at the right time. And now it's Israr Ahmed who struck 4 lovely boundaries and lost his wicket pretty early. That's a big blow for Colatta Warriors. And now, once again, they'll have to stitch up a partnership. Shakir Haidru hasn't had best of tournament so far, but then again, this is a great opportunity. It's a knockout game. It's a semi-final. Look to score some runs. Quick single gets off the mark.
Well, Shakir can help you accelerate. He plays the fearless brand of cricket, and I think he enjoys playing that style. And the right man to have for Vaibhavs, who's slightly struggling a bit with the previous over that was faced against Ahmed. Just trying to stick around there, just trying to play the second fiddle, play the long innings. Oh, that was a poor delivery down the leg side. A dive was required, which was not put in by the fielder. Will fetch him a boundary. Poor delivery, and that has been rightfully dealt.
Well, one thing is for certain, that they're not losing out on these short deliveries. Anything short and they've bounced on it so quickly. That should have been stopped as well. Not the best of efforts in the deep.
Yeah, that was ordinary stuff. .53 after 2. Rather, for 2 after, in fact, make that 54 after 7. I think it's just a partnership that is required here.
So looks like Ahmed Khalid is going to continue with his third over. So Zafar Raja, the captain, he's going all out. He thinks that he's got a perfect chance to pick up another wicket or two. Nudged away beautifully by Vaibhav. Gets a single.
For some reason, I felt that that fielder should have still been there intact. That short mid-wicket fielder inside the circle, because the kind of trajectory that Ahmed is bowling, he's forcing Vaibhav to go onto the back foot and punch it towards that cow corner area. And if you have a fielder there, that would force him to play a false shot.
Yeah, absolutely. You make a very good point here, Asim, considering now Shakir Haidru is just walked in the middle and Vaibhav, he's not looking to play those big shots. So this is where you can really afford to have one more fielder in the circle and just negate the batter to rotate, strike and look for those singles, because I doubt if Shakir Haidru is going to blast at this stage of the game. He's going to give him some time and apply himself in the middle first.
You haven't read or seen Shakir Haidru play a lot, I believe, always. He's not the ordinary. Just he will surprise you with his approach, with his gameplay. Those days where you'd anticipate him to go bang bang, he would probably play a 120 strike rate innings. But those days where you don't expect him to play long innings, he'll come out and bash you for a quick 50 and then keep you surprised, keep you wowed. Again, nudged down the ground. Ahmed is bowling a brilliant trajectory here.
Yeah, and also we just in the 8th over, so Shakir Haidru, he's got that privilege to really give himself some time and get his eye in the middle, and once he gets hold of the surface, that's where he can really look to accelerate and shift gears. Beautifully bowled yet again. He's wearing his pace beautifully here, Ahmed. Look at those figures. He's been so economical.
All those 3 singles taken by Vaibhav were in the same area. I think you have to think out of the box, think ahead of the game, how to choke the opposition.
Yeah, they're certainly missing a trick or two. 5 singles already. Shot, wanted to go for the big shot. Not really timing it. They might just consider to come back for the second. Denied, rightfully so, by Shakir Haidru. Nonetheless, it's turned out to be another quiet over. 8 gone, 60 for 2. Well, it has been a mixed bag of events when Mohammad Farazuddin bowled his first over. Was bowling a bit too short. This is lofted towards the cow corner. And they will scamper back for easy couple of runs.
I think Shakir is trying to show that intent of getting those quick runs. Batting on 6 of 5, yet to get a boundary here. That's up in the air and checked his shot for his wicket. A nothing shot from Shakir, and he'll have to depart.
Oh, that was a lovely delivery once again. Tossed up and no turn on offer. And Shakir Haidru, he will be absolutely gutted with himself. It was a nothing shot in the end. Wanted to, I think, play it inside out. But in the end, it turned out to be a soft dismissal. And Mohammad Farazuddin strikes yet again. So all of a sudden now Colatta Warriors are losing track and they've lost their 3rd wicket in the form of Shakir Haidru, who goes back after scoring just the 6 runs. 62 for the loss of 3.
Faraz has picked up his second in his second over. Shakir Hedru, who wanted to go inside out, well, the ball kept in, he went out.
Well done, Asim. He's doing a phenomenal job so far, Mohammad Farazuddin. He was touch too short in the first over he bowled, but finally he's finding the right length and the right pace in what he's bowling at the moment. Lovely delivery once again.
He's not those orthodox off spinners who will turn the ball so much. On such wickets where the wicket is looking a little flatter, he'll probably try to skid the ball through. Yeah, just like that. Gets an outside edge. Not the ideal way to get off the mark, but Sohaib will take it. The scoreboard doesn't say where the ball went. It just says 4 good runs.
Yeah, that short third fielder was a bit squarish and he's offered a lot of width and also a lot of pace on offer. He was bowling so well until this loose delivery, and Sohaib Khan gets off the mark with a boundary. He is one man who's been struggling lately, not amongst the runs, but this is a great opportunity, the all-important semi-final, and you need your main guns to fire and come out strong.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree. This pair needs to stitch in that partnership to take it deep for Colatta Warriors. It's 9 gone 67 for 3. The idea is very simple here. Get as many spinners as possible. Yeah, goes full there. Rashid Habib has been introduced. Left arm spin. Just that one over from Shan. I think this is a right phase maybe to get Shan back in, to get his confidence back in place maybe. But who would you replace? You have Faraz, who has 2 overs up his sleeve. He's bowling well. I think the plan is very simple, is just not let the batters settle in. Give them some change-ups where they are forced to think and slow it down.
Yeah, I think the captain Zafar Raja is reading the game so well. Just those 3 overs from the fast bowlers, and then he's realized that there is some assistance for the spinners and the ball is slightly keeping low as well. So bringing the 4th spinner in this game. Left arm. Finger spinner, a bit of a fumble and a cleaner pickup. Things would have been different.
Yeah, tough one there. And there has to be some acceleration coming in as far as Colatta Warriors is concerned. But one question that they'll have to answer is when. Off the back foot, punches it towards the cover sweeper. Dive in place from Farhan. And they'll run back for 2. This is good cricket. Very good cricket. If you're not getting boundaries, doesn't matter. We'll run for it and cover it up.
Yeah, it was an early call by Sohaib. It was loud and clear. And the moment he struck that ball, he said 2. And it was a good response by Webb of Gobekar on the other end. Coming around the wicket. Nicely punched away towards long on. Yeah, Asim, every time they look to get a partnership, they're just losing wickets at regular intervals. And that's the reason, again and again, they'll have to stitch up a partnership. So this is where now Gems Education will believe they've got a great opportunity to restrict them somewhere between 140, 150.
Full toss towards cover sweeper again. Will settle for a single and at the halfway mark. Colatta Warriors, they are 73 for 3.
So the captain, Zafar Raja, persisting to go with Mohammad Farazuddin, and rightfully so. Yes, he has been slightly expensive, but then again, he's picked up 2 quality wickets. That is what has forced him to continue with Mohammad Farazuddin. Will look to take the ball away from Vaibhav Gobikar. Has been cut away and a bit of a misfield. Will allow the ball to trickle away towards the boundary. That's poor fielding.
Oh yes, certainly. You can't leak runs in that fashion, especially with the kind of field, with the kind of bowling that's happening here. They're applying that pressure, forcing the batters to play a wrong shot. But if you're going to leak runs in that fashion, those risks that the batter was supposed to take is going to go away.
Well, absolutely. And I think Vaibhav Gobikar, talking about him, he's looking much more comfortable since the time he walked in as an opener. He's losing partners at the other end. Worked away nicely towards mid-wicket, gets a single. So what is the role defined for Sohaib Khan? We can see he's not looking to accelerate at this stage. But the question remains to be asked as to when does Sohaib Khan think, right, it's high time. We've got depth in our batting lineup. And I need to express myself and look to play a few more strokes.
Well, you just spoke about staying out there, evaluating when do you actually go for it, and immediately tries to unleash. I think Sohaib needs to keep it very simple. Just partner Vaibhav along. You find those timely boundaries. There will be a certain time in the game wherein you can go berserk, and by the time you'll gain that confidence by middling the ball, assessing the wicket pretty nicely. Spent about 9 deliveries at 10, another boundary or 2, come at a strike rate of 130, 140, you'll gain that confidence back.
100%, couldn't agree more on that. And also Sohaib Khan, he's one of those players who likes to go after the bowlers. So he's already got his eye in the middle. And I believe if it's in his zone, if it's in his arc, he should go for it. He should not be going in that shell thinking, right, I've got 9 more overs after this, so let's go deep. His role should be to look to play aggressive strokes when on offer. Lovely delivery, it's a loud appeal, and he's given him. Sohaib Khan, he doesn't seem to be pretty amused, but he'll have to go back.
Tough luck. That appeal brought that wicket, in my opinion. There's a very confident appeal from Faraz and the wicket keeper. And Sohaib is looking very, very unhappy. And it looks like that he was indicating the fact that the ball, the bat hit the ground. It's just that I have to walk back. A run a ball 10 for him, 4 down for 80.
Jinish Shaji is the new batter, who's made his way in the centre, and they are losing wickets at regular intervals. That is the concern for Colatta Warriors. Every time they stitch up a partnership, they form a good little partnership, just losing wickets. And we were just talking about Sohaib Khan as to he should be looking to accelerate and put the pedal on the accelerator, but then again, losing his wicket. Wasn't very happy with the decision made, but eventually had to go back. So it's a good little comeback here from Gems Education, and Mohammad Farazuddin picks up his third. 81 for 4 after 11. So the spinners are doing a fine job so far. And Rashid Habib, he bowled an economical first over. He too will be looking to pick up a few wickets. It is a good wicket for the spinners, and the ball is keeping slightly low. There's not much turn on offer, but then again, it's a slowish wicket. It's not really coming on to the bat. The batters, they'll have to fetch the ball and just wait for the loose deliveries. And so far, the spinners, they're doing a fine job, just bowling in the right areas. And I think the captain Zafar Raja is rotating his bowlers beautifully. Yeah, on the right is Sohaib Khan. He's absolutely dejected, getting out early just when his services were required, and after getting a good start, losing his wicket at the wrong time. So they're off to a flyer. Were Colatta Warriors, where they were 48 for 1 in 6 overs. Then all of a sudden the spinners, they came in and have certainly turned the table around. The pendulum has shifted into the favor of Gems Education. Oh, beautifully bowled once again. The good news for Colatta Warriors is that Vaibhav Govekar is still there in the middle. The senior statesman. Hit hard. Boundaries are tough to come by, and that's all because they've been bowling in good lines. They're varying their length, but the key has been that they're really bowling in those teasing lines and really bowling in those tough channels, making it very difficult for the batters in the middle to get away. Still, they're persisting to have 4 fielders in the inner circle. They can really now afford to have at least one shot made every time when Jinesh, he comes on strike. Nudges away towards long on, takes a single, and it's turned out to be another economical over for Gems Education. It's 12 gone, 85 for 4. Mohammad Farazuddin to be bowling his last over. He's been magnificent yet again. 3 important wickets already. We'll look to chip in with another one. So it's a tough little phase now for Colatta Warriors after losing 4 wickets. They will have to reassess. And what is the objective at this point going to be here, Asim?
I think someone needs to go all out here, especially that role needs to be with Jinesh. Good glove work there from Naik Mohammed. These are those tough takes. You need to ensure that you have the right foot movement as a wicket keeper. That's up in the air. And just dropping shot on Afaq. He came in, realized that the ball is just dropping. Faraz is not happy because he believes that everyone needs to have the benchmark that he has set in the field. But what a spell he has bowled here, Faraz. 3 for 28 in his final over now. Nicely worked around. Will just be a single. 89 for 4. I think they're just planning to get to that 3-figure mark somehow and then unleash towards the last quarter.
Yeah, just have that psychological factor behind your mind. Sure, this is hit hard. It's high in the air. And it's been taken. So Mohammad Farazuddin is bowling A spell of his life. He's picked up 4 wickets already.
I think trying to unleash, Jinesh departs, but this is an excellent catch. A top catch, keeping the eye on the ball right till the end and making sure no mistakes. Survived from the previous occasion, departed now. 4th wicket for Farazuddin. 89 for 5 and Colatta Warriors are in trouble. Couple of balls. Can he get his fifer here tonight in the big semi-finals? Nicely played down the ground for a single. So 2 left-handers out there in the center. And I wouldn't be surprised if Ahmed is brought back into the attack as well from the other end. Vimalnath, he can tonk a few. It just doesn't look like the night where batters can flow in easily. Poor delivery, but hit straight to the fielder. Finishes his spell of 4 overs, conceding 31 and picking up 4 important wickets, shaking the spine of Colatta Warriors. It's 91 for 5 after 13. Looks like it's going to be Rashid Habib who'll continue. Well, why not? He's just gone for 10 in his 2 overs. And it'll be a pressure situation here for Vaibhav Govekar. Oh, slightly keeping low on that occasion. Just a single there. So left arm spinner against 2 right-handers, 2 left-handers, beg your pardon. The part-timer, but has done a lot more than what a part-timer would do. Trying to hoik it. It's 93 for 5. Someone will have to step up here for Colatta. Play a heroic innings here. They are warriors. They've played like warriors throughout, but it's just the night where it matters the most, where they'll have to step up as a unit, as a team. A special performance it would be required here. Vimalnath, meanwhile, looking very determined. That's up in the air. Hasn't timed it well. Well, in fact, he has. It looks like Faraz was standing quite wide. Just gets enough of it. Played it straight. And even a fielder like Faraz couldn't cover it up. 98 for 5. And Vimalnath, well, I think he's someone who likes to keep himself busy. If not boundaries, he'll make sure that he'll run those 2s and 3s. It's a decently big square boundary here at the Sharjah Stadium. Again, towards cow corner here this time. Will settle for... In fact, they come back for 2. Challenging Farhan Babar's arm, and keeper is not happy. 100 up for Colatta Warriors with that couple of runs. They're going at 7.23 runs in an over. I think if they keep wickets in hand, they can easily get to that 160 mark, and that's the bare minimum that they'd be focusing from now. Anything less than that will be very difficult to defend. Again, trying to hoik that. Trying to attack the left-arm spinner, the part-timer, Rashid. The context of the game, a fairly tough, expensive over there from Rashid. And that's how the batting is poised so far. Well, what's more important to know is who's to follow. Vishnu Sasikumar, well, he can tonk a few, mind you. Jishnu and Mohammad Rizwan Saber. So they have 3 decent batters who can hit the ball big. It's just about giving them that platform to come out and express themselves. Vaibhav, he has been magnificent. He's doing well. It's just that the other players, Israr was looking very promising, but departed after hitting a few boundaries. And that big wicket of Sohaib Khan, that's definitely going to hurt them in some form or the other. Meanwhile, change of pace here. They bring in the quick, fast bowler Muhammad Ali into the attack. The spinners have done a fair decent job. I was a bit surprised in terms of the move here. Slashed. But there is a fielder. Cover sweeper will be coming into the play. That's the unit of Gems Education. Pretty happy, but they know for the fact that you just can't take this opposition pretty lightly. They can turn it around in a matter of few overs. Played down the ground, quick single. As long as these 2 players are batting, they'll convert these singles into doubles. Take those risky ones because they believe that they can cover it up pretty nicely. Boundary every over will ensure that Colatta Warriors dugout, they have a smile on their face and they would believe. And that's slashed, in fact slapped rather, but straight to the mid-off fielder. A very interesting field setup for Muhammad Ali. He has got his mid-off inside, the extra cover is inside, a short fine leg and a point. The question to be answered is, when does Vaibhav decides to cut loose? Still playing the second fiddle here. I think that's a smart move from Vaibhav to ensure that he is holding on to one end, anchoring that innings, ensuring that there are no dot balls in play. But that man, you see there, shadowing his power hitting abilities, Vishnu Sasikumar. Well, he can tonk a few, and a lot would be expected out of him to come out and deliver towards the fag end. A very decent over here for Muhammad Ali. Went for 8 in his first over and conceding just 4 of this one with the ball to go. The last over of the third quarter of this innings. The first 6 overs, the last 4 overs is what we call T20 games, where the batters tend to rule. Getting the inside edge, Doesn't matter how they come as long as they keep coming here for Colatta Warriors. It's the run, the scoreboard that needs to keep ticking at a faster rate now. 8 runs eventually that came out of this over. 109 for 5 after 15. Interesting move here, OS. Continuing with Rashid Habib.
Well, considering someone who's set in the middle web of Goviker, and he will look to hit the spinners now. He's going to be bringing the ball in towards him. Let's see if that decision goes in their favor. You've still got a couple of overs from Matiullah, a couple of overs from Muhammad Ali, so they're sorted. And they had to give one over to a spinner at some point.
Yeah, I think Ahmed is left with one of his over as well. A slog towards the mid-wicket and will fetch him a boundary. And this is exactly the risk that I was talking about. Rashid being a part-timer, he had done his job. They had enough bowlers to cover it up during the fag end. It's just that it was too much of a risk on offer. Especially with 2 left-handers out there. They would be looking to cut loose. And this is the last over of his spell. And mind you, they'll take him on. Cutting his pace down. That's smart cricket. Vaibhav's not happy. There should have been 2. He called for 2. But Vimal, generally he's very quick. Just couldn't make it on time.
I think it's high time now. Vaibhav should be looking to get a move on. He's already played a lot of deliveries, and now the stage is set. Just the last 4 overs remaining after this. So he should be looking to get into the act. It's a good little cameo coming in from Vimal Nad, already on 2011. So this could turn out to be a big over in their favor. It's in the slot. He's hit that hard, but just not finding the gap. So only a single. It's a good comeback after he was hit for a boundary, Asim.
Yeah, I think he realized the fact that slowing it down further is the best way. And from this end, slightly shorter in length is actually helping Rashid Habib. The ball is not bouncing to the batter's liking. Looking for 2. And they'll come back for the second. This is good running. Putting the pressure onto the fielder. And a pretty decent over that comes to an end. 10 runs coming off it. Rashid finishes off for 30 in his 4. No wickets. It's 119 for 5 after 16.
It's going to be Muhammad Ali to continue. Now, the question remains to be asked if Ahmed Khalid, who's bowled 3 overs, bowled a maiden, picked up a wicket, when is he going to be brought back into the attack? That's a good ball. He saw the batter, he was trying to just create some room, and that's why he's fired it right in the block hole towards the offside channel, and nothing much Vimal Nath could have done. Dot to start off this over.
Well, I think that's playing around with the batter's foot movement. Initially, he had that trigger of making the room for himself. He said, yes, I'll give you enough room. Fire it outside the off-stump line. Oh, shot. Top shot. By far the shot of the night. Vimal Nath taking a step forward, and I think he is taking the charge on himself. This is a glorious looking shot. And mind you, he stepped out after the bowler has released the ball. So hardly much the bowler could have done.
Yeah, I think it was a very special shot, considering it wasn't all that bad a delivery. So such is the class of Vimal. He's literally just converted a good delivery into a bad one. Quite fittingly used his feet, came down the track, and has timed it to perfection. So all of a sudden now, Asim, they are getting those runs thick and fast. They were on the verge of scoring somewhere around 140. That's what we were discussing early on, but now that 160, even 170 is on the cards.
Top shot. This is improvisation at its best. Playing around with the pace of the bowler. And this is one of the reasons why we were insisting of getting Ahmed back into the attack. You offer pace to the batter regardless of how tough the wicket is. It is just going to be easy if they swivel around in the crease, play around with the bowler's mind. And on both the occasion, he has done the same thing.
He's such a smart cricketer, Vimal Nath. Just toying around with Muhammad Ali, using the pace, and it was a premeditated shot. And mind you, it just takes a lot of skill to execute these shots perfectly. And also you need to have very good eye to play these kind of shots. So a couple of boundaries back to back. In the slot, this has been slashed away. It's going towards the boundary. Make that third in the over. Vimal Nath is up and running. He's raced on to 33 in just 16.
And suddenly there has been some sort of an energy blast here in the dugout of Colatta Warriors. We can literally hear them shout, cheer for Vimal Nath and for the batters out there sitting in the commentary box here.
Yeah, and why not? They were in a situation that they were on the verge of getting bowled out. That's what we were thinking. But then, all of a sudden, these two men, they had different plans. I think we need to give a lot of credit to Vaibhav Govekar. He really stood tall. He kept his calmness and composure and came out to open way into the 17th over.
If not for Vaibhav, they would have easily been 7 down by now. This is the importance of anchoring the innings, and this comes out of experience. This comes out of resistance, of not giving your wicket away.
This is a full toss. It's been slashed once again. One bounce into the fence. This is turning out to be a massive over. Already 16 runs have been looted.
That was an ordinary delivery. Should have been has been dispatched. But Muhammad Ali has been put under pressure. I wouldn't blame him for that matter. It was just a move that should have been delayed further. What happens if Muhammad Ali just bowls 3 overs? That's fine. That's absolutely okay. Your spinners are doing your job. Get your spinners in. And especially a guy who has actually bowled a maiden in this particular match and has bowled well. Not conceded a boundary in a spell.
Yeah, you make an excellent point here, Asim. And Ahmed Khalid, he was bowling in a very good rhythm. And that's why you could have really opted to give him that 4th over. Now the question remains to be asked, is he going to be brought back into the attack? Last delivery. Shot, and he's pumped this towards the cow corner. And I think they have done well. So a couple of more runs is turned out to be a very handy over for Colatta Warriors.
I think they'll have to recheck this one because this was close to the fence. But very intentful approach here from Vimal Nath. Look at that. Going deep into the crease. He felt that it's going all the way. Not to be so. Good work by Ahmed. Yeah, I think some Ronaldo skills coming in from Rashid Habib. Keeping it down just for a couple. But what a magnificent over in favor of Colatta Warriors. 18 runs coming off it. Entertainment is not over here. It's a Ramadan T20 bash, season number 36 at the Sharjah Stadium. 17 gone, 137 for 5. The momentum has switched in favor of Colatta Warriors, mind you. Yes, they're 137 for 5, 3 more overs to go. But is it too late for Ahmed to come in? Starts with a boundary. This is what happens when momentum switches. A bowler who has bowled magnificently has been brought back when the batters have pulled things back in their favor, and he starts off with a boundary.
Yeah, it was a very surprising call to hold him back, and now he's been asked to bowl the 18th over where both the batters are batting it. One is at 43 and one is at 39 in 18 deliveries. So it's going to be a bit of a challenge for Ahmed, and it hasn't been the best of start. Just marginally short. And Webber seeing the opportunity and cutting it to perfection. That's a much better delivery. They will just stick for a single.
I think Weber will look at cutting loose here in the final 2 overs for sure. Just giving Vimalnath that opportunity. Well, you have played magnificently. You have invited all paparazzis here. Go have a share in the final overs. That's played straight. And in fact, just dropping short of the fielder. Faraz is one of those safe fielders. And if it has not carried to him, I'm sure that was not a catch.
Yeah, that was a very tough one. Never really arrived to Farazuddin, and he did the right thing, not opting to go for the catch. It could have been a boundary. Once again, short, cut away, but this time not finding the gap, straight to Muhammad Ali. So it's a good little comeback after he was hit for a boundary, just conceding 3 singles. So we might just see Matiullah being reintroduced into the attack, who will not be able to finish off his 4 overs.
That was close. That was close. Again, very ambitious in his approach there. Vimalnath is pretty clear in his intent. He wants to get as many runs as possible for the team.
Yeah, this has been a great recovery from being 89.45. They're now 144 for 5. Trying to hit that a little too hard. They're coming back for the second. He's lost his bat in the process, and that is so unfortunate. I think he's gone here.
Yeah, gone for all money. And this is not the first time he has lost his bat. Yeah. Maybe a dive would have been the safest option there, but that's gone. What a breakthrough. What a big, big breakthrough coming in for Gems Education.
So Matiullah is going to be bowling the penultimate over. Was slightly expensive in his first spell. Now he's got a responsibility in his hands. Starts off with a full toss and he has been clobbered for a huge maximum. And what a way to open your account with a huge 6.
Well, what a way to bring up his 50 here. Vaibhav Govekar. A full toss on offer. I think there is a mistake there. Rizwan Sabir, he's on the non-striker's end. The strike changed because the wicket went on the last ball of the over. And Vaibhav Govekar was brought up as 15 style.
Yeah, this has turned out to be such a special knock. Vaibhav Govekar, of course, he was the second best batter, mind you, in this tournament before he started off this innings, and continuing his form, getting 51 important runs in the semi-final. This is high in the air. This could be a soft dismissal. Oh, what just happened there? He's taken a one-handed blinder, and Zafar Raj, the captain, he's taken a stunner.
Out of nowhere. Just have a look at that. That one hand popped up. And making no mistake. And look at that. He held his pose there. Oh, God. What a way to depart here. Vaibhav Govekar, he played a magnificent innings. Top knock comes to an end. Colatta Warriors, they don't want to be bowled out here in this situation. With 10 legal deliveries left out, they easily stand a chance of getting to 170. Jishnu Sunil Kumar, well, mind you, coming in at number 9 rather. But that doesn't define what he can do.
Well, the stage is set for him. Still 10 more legal deliveries to go. Matiullah steaming in once again. That's a good ball. And the perfect channel. And now 2 new batters at the crease. This is where Gems Education, they'll believe that they can restrict them even below 160. What we thought could have easily been 180 after the departure of 2 set batters. I don't really think they're going to achieve that.
Only time will tell us. You never know. A couple of hits from Rizwan Sabir. You already cross 160. And this man can do it. Mind you, he has that capability. It's just about how do you answer to this situation. A slower delivery, but straight to Faraz. You can't risk running 2 from his hand.
Well, this is one delivery the fast bowlers they've developed lately. These slower bumpers, which at these kind of surfaces, Asim, it just holds up into the surface and never really arrive to the batter. Especially when a new batter comes in, it just becomes so difficult to tackle such kind of deliveries.
Yeah, I mean, you don't anticipate. You are looking at a fast bowler coming into you, probably anticipating it to be a quick bumper. But modern day cricket, you know, these skills. That's up in the air, slicing it towards third, looking for that second, deciding not to go for it. Well, they can't afford losing a wicket out here. These 2 men can get you to that 170 mark from here on. It's about getting a boundary out of this.
Well, I think he's done exceptionally well, Matiullah. After he was hit for a huge maximum the very first delivery, he's gotten his revenge on the next ball. And also, it's turning out to be decent over. Just one more good delivery. And job well done. So, he's opting to go short. And he's mixing his pace. He's making the batter think in the middle.
Oh, right up there in the block hole. Looking for two. Good throw and a dive in place. I think would have saved him. Going towards the third umpire. Oh, look at that. Trying to get that helicopter out. A good strong throw. A dive at the right time. Looks like he's made it, is it? Very close, very close. My first initial impression was that he has made it.
I think he's done a fine job. Let's have a close look once again. It was a good call, well responded, but then Jishnu, he's put in that hard dive. It wasn't the best of throws, but it is a close call. But I think I back you on that, Asim. He's just at the nick of the time. There's some part behind that line, so he is going to be saved.
And I think if the evidence is not conclusive enough, generally the benefit of doubt goes to the batter. And that's exactly what the decision has been made. It's not out. 2 runs to finish the penultimate over. 11 runs coming off it. And more importantly, the wicket of Vaibhav Govekar. 156 for 7. "12 runs in his first over, and he has been brought back in the last over of the innings." I don't think any justice would be done to that economy by any means. But only time will tell us how good this over turns out to be. Spinner bowling the final over, especially against the likes of Jishnu and Rizwan Sabir. Well, Jishnu should have gone for it. Rizwan almost completed 2 runs.
Yeah, Jishnu should have gone for it, but this is not the right approach by Shan. He should have gone behind the stumps. He just stood his ground. Look at that. That is not the best of techniques here, Asim. Could have been easy to run out, and that is exactly what keeper is indicating.
That's game awareness. Poor basics. Well, should have gone for that single. Jishnu. I think the idea is very simple here from Shan, is that he's going to fire it outside the line, the hitting arc of Rizwan Sabir. He's going to bowl outside the off stump for sure. He's cracked one towards the sweeper cover, looking for 2, deciding not to go for it. What a start. In fact, the first half of this final over has been brilliant.
Yeah, he's been very expensive in his first over, but the captain having a lot of faith in Shan and throwing the ball to him in the last over. That's a good ball once again. Jishnu was setting up for a huge shot towards mid-wicket, but Shan firing it onto the stumps and not really allowing Jishnu to come underneath the ball. So this is turning out to be a great over so far. Just the 3 singles. And certainly they have pulled back things rather nicely in the end. Yeah, wanted to hit that a little too hard, and not the best of efforts behind the stumps yet again, giving an easy single in the form of a bye.
Well, what an over. What a final over here from Shan. Spinner bowling the final over. Inside edge, and he has chopped one onto the stumps. What a brilliant, brilliant over here from Shan, just conceding 4 runs. And look at that, trying to go big, inside edge, chopping onto the stumps. And that's the end of the innings for Colatta Warriors. Not the ideal fashion. What we were anticipating is about at least 25 runs in the final 2. but it just didn't come in their favor. Just 15 runs of the last 2 overs by Colatta Warriors. That ends the score at 160 for 8.
Well, excellent captaincy as well. He's taken some brave calls of Raja, and you don't see that much often. A spinner being introduced into the last over, where you've got an over of Muhammad Ali. And Shan, he's risen to the occasion. He's done exceptionally well. Picks up a wicket on the last delivery and hasn't given many runs. Just the 4 runs in the last over. So I believe it's a good comeback. At one point, Colatta Warriors in the mid-phase. The two batters, Vaibhav Govekar and alongside him, Vimal Nath, just completely took the game away from them at one stage. But then the spinners really did a good job, and they have restricted Colatta Warriors to 160.
Well, certainly a top job there from Gems towards the fag end. Yes, they leaked a few runs, especially that partnership between Vimal Nath and Vaibhav Govekar, the double Vs of Colatta Warriors. They did a brilliant job to ensure that they get a respectable total on board, which they probably would fancy their chances in defending it out. Well, these scores, generally you can't predict a winner, especially in a big game like a semi-final. It's 160 on board, what they have. And happy faces there in the dugout of Gems. They look pretty determined that they can pull this off. Well, we'll dive into a quick short break, and once we are back, we'll bring you the run chase here live at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium. Stay tuned.
Welcome back once again, viewers. We're all set for this fascinating run chase in the first semi-finals, where Colatta Warriors batting first, and they've managed to put a score of 160 in the allotted 20 overs. They were at one stage on a high risk of being bundled out, but then some excellent batting by Vaibhav Govekar, who came out to open, stood tall, and really just ensure that he stays in the middle for a long time, because he was losing partners on the other end. And talking about Vibulnath, that was a surprise package. He came so late down the order and scored a valuable 41, which included 7 boundaries. So right within all set, Nadeem Anjum on your screen. The fielders are set, and we're just seconds away for this fascinating run chase, and it looks like it's going to be Junaid Shamsu to be bowling with the new ball.
Well, he has taken up roles here, different roles rather, coming out to open the innings with the bat and now with the new ball as well. He had been struggling with shoulder injuries for quite some time, but now pretty much fit to start bowling as well. That's wide. That's a pain point of Junaid Shamsu. At times, just gets a bit wayward, not able to control the swing on that occasion. Just kept moving away, and he has the knack of getting the ball into the left-hander as well. So mind you, you can't be premeditating shots. Watch the ball right till the end.
Fuller delivery. This has been slashed away to perfection. One bounce into the fence. And Rashid Habib, he opens his account in style.
Well, that was a shot played with a lot of precision. He knew where he wanted to dispatch that one. Had a lot of time there. Junaid Shamsu, mind you, he's not express pace. Would have been surprised if a spinner would have started the proceedings here for Colatta. Oh, good delivery onto the stumps, and that's exactly where you want to keep it to Rashid. You don't want to give him width, because he's pretty strong on the offside.
Yeah, when you do have that ability to swing the ball both ways, and when you know that Rashid Habibi is one of those batters who really likes width on offer, so that's where you can really afford to be bringing the ball in towards him.
Yeah, a lot better. Get that square leg fielder probably a bit more straighter, because you're not bowling with express pace, so there's a high chance that the ball would probably go towards the mid-wicket area. 7 for no loss. I think early wickets is the answer for Colatta Warriors. Again, bowling it slow through the air. Anbar wanted that single. I think this is the last thing that you would want to have here, is give away wickets in the form of runouts.
Yeah, and it's also quite surprising, Asim. They've got a deep square leg in place. Junaid Shamsu is not bowling all that short. Yes, they've got a third man, which is quite wider. That's fine. But I think they can just afford that deep square leg to field it, come to deep mid-wicket. Once again, this has been crashed. It's a fine shot by Rashid Habib. He gets his second boundary in the very first over.
Just an ordinary delivery there from Junaid. Not bowling to the field, not bowling to the plan. It's just like coming and rolling his arm over. There has to be some plan, some determination in terms of what you're doing with the new ball. Force the batter to make an error. Make them work for their runs. That's something which is going to be key here. That's a better delivery. End of the first over there. It's 11 for no loss.
Well, we're just discussing on regards to Junaid Shamsu as to he's got that ability to swing the ball both ways. There's another man, Israr Ahmed, now on your screen, does have that ability to swing the ball both ways, but he's not express pace. Asim, he won't really bowl with a lot of heat. He's a military medium pace bowler, and that new ball giving to him, I've seen in the past, hasn't worked. Beautiful delivery. That's a good delivery to start off. So let's see if giving him the second over of this innings pays dividends.
I think they're just trying to play around with the fact that the ball will slightly move around when the shine is still on. Try to see if that swing will play in their favor. However, not express pace here. Israr. Yeah, this one shaped away. And this is the exact field setup that I was talking to you during the over break. Take that deep gully behind and have that cover sweeper. This is where you would want to force the batter to play in that area. And if he tries to invent a shot, that's his risk that he's going to take. This is where Junaid Shamsu needs to learn. You can't just go with what the fast bowlers of the world are doing. Rather, understand what pace you are bowling at, what is your strength, and let the batter play in that area.
Couldn't agree more. He's got a deep point and a deep square leg now for Rashid. This has been hit hard and he's middled that to perfection. I have to wait for the signal. It might have just gone over the fence, but by the naked eye, it looked like it's going to be one bounce to the fence.
Well, just pure timing on that one. And looks like, yeah, it has pitched inside. That will be boundary number 3 for Rashid Habib. Good inclusion there in the side. Very promising left-hander. Rashid has been backing himself with a lot of runs of late.
And I'm pretty much optimistic that Rashid Habib, he'll be given a role, and that is to look to play those big shots. Oh, that's a poor delivery. It's a horrid ball. And it's been worked away towards the boundary in the form of a leg bye.
Yeah, I think Israr needs to hold on to his horses. Given as a leg bye, but looks like that was a feather touch off the bat. Nonetheless, 4 runs added to the team kitty.
Well, they're off to a blistering start here, Gems Education, and this is what you want as an opener, really, to get your team off to a flyer. It just sets the tone, lays the platform for your middle order batters to come later on. Just takes off a lot of pressure, especially in these big games like these knockout semi-finals.
Yeah, certainly, and if you're defending about 160 odd runs on this belter of a track, no demons inside. Oh, shot. Top stuff here from Rashid Habib. Just whipped it towards the mid-wicket. And this is class. There's no fancy looking stuff. It's just the power in that wrist and that forearms that has fetched you another boundary.
Well, by the looks of it, it looks like Israr Ahmed did try to bring the ball in to Rashid Habib. But even if he would have gotten that prodigious movement, it's not really going to bother Rashid because he's really bowling in those 105, 110 k's per hour, it seems like, Asim.
Yeah, not express pace there. And this is where you probably might want to get your keeper up to disturb the batter's mentality. Oh, loud appeal. Umpire stating that it might be going down the leg side. Have a look at that. Where did it hit him? Yeah. Umpire's call maybe.
Yeah, and also that angle which he's coming from has certainly saved him. 2 gone, Gems Education are off to a good start. 24 for no loss. Mohammad Rizwan starts off with a wide. Another very experienced campaigner. And what do you make of this decision, Asim, to be bringing in Mohammad Sabir so early in the power play?
I wouldn't have been surprised if he would have opened the bowling for Colatta, because he has that kind of developed into a mystery spinner. And the new ball suits him pretty well, just like the Tikshanas of the world. Likes to drift the ball through the air. Yeah, this is where you can probably be a bit more effective. And this is one of the reasons why I was backing that sort of a move to come in early on, come in with the new ball and see what you have to offer. Can you force an error out of the batter?
Ken, also talking about Mohammad Rizwan, he does have that excellent arm delivery which comes in the air and also late towards the right-handers. And that's why he had that mid-wicket and a long off. So he's enticing the batter to play a cross-batted shot or to hit towards that long or region. It's a good ploy. He's gotten a strategy in his mind.
Oh, what a delivery. Gone, given out. Brilliant. This is why Rizwan Sabir had to bowl with the new ball. He is very effective there. And as a batter, you really can't predict where the ball is coming. Excellent decision by Nadeem Anjum. Spot on. Thought about it whether there was an inside edge. But then slowly raising his left index finger. First wicket down here for Gems Education. Is that the hole that they were looking out to penetrate? End of Rashid Habib. First wicket down.
The timely breakthrough coming in for Colatta Warriors, and it's no surprises. Mohammad Rizwan, oh, beautifully bowled. That is a top-class delivery. And has that taken that outside edge, Asim?
I just wonder what happened there. Why didn't the slip fielder react to it? Oh my goodness. Firstly, the position is wrong. Just didn't react. Oh my goodness. Has to stand a bit finer. Even the current position, he has to get a bit more finer. Shot. But decent looking stop will ensure that he saves 3 runs for his team. But what an over this is so far.
Yeah, and more often than not, this is what you see Mohammad Rizwan doing. And I think the fielder, he's done some injury because that was struck with some severe power. And clearly it seems like he will be requiring some medical attention.
stop that was longer than expected, and it's something serious that has happened to Vaibhav Govekar. He has injured himself. He is not able to walk. He's just not able to walk. And good to see spectators also coming in to watch the night of Ramadan. 3 overs gone. It's 31 for 1. Junaid Shamsu has been brought back into the attack. Change of ends for him. Comes in from the SCA end. That shift, that break would definitely give some shift in terms of momentum as well for bowling side. Definitely we see that happening. Pushes it down for a quick single. Anwar is one of those that he starts to run before he has completed a shot.
Yeah, that's quite odd to see. And Anwar Khan, he's one of those batters, Asim. He really uses the power play to his advantage, but so far he's taking his time in the middle. Rightfully so, because you're not really chasing a mammoth target. Beautifully bowled and good little single. So we have seen, especially here in the Sharjah Cricket Stadium, I've seen Anwar Khan really getting those quick runs for his team. And he's a genuine opener, mind you. And more often than not, you will see him getting those good starts for his team. So certainly, his services are required in this crunch knockout game.
Yeah, he's someone who will not go berserk right from ball number 1. He'll try to settle in, take his time, get those, sneak in those few boundaries, timely boundaries rather. And then he'll capitalize onto his innings. He's someone who believes in building innings, get a big one for his side, especially in such knockout games. He's known for delivering for Gems Education.
Yeah, quite certainly. That has been whipped away. It's in the air. He's got a lot of elevation and the distance as well. Maximum.
Oh, well, you generally don't see the balls that land onto the canopies coming back. Just look at how it bounces off the canopy and comes back. That was a big, big hit off the bat of Ahmed. He's among the top run getters as well.
Yeah, he's off to a good start as well. And 41, they've already piled up. We're just in the 4th over. Junaid Shamsu is proven out to be slightly expensive. That's a much better delivery and equally well played. Such a smart cricket so far we're witnessing. Sensible approach after hitting a maximum. Takes a single and will retain strike in the next over. It's 4 gone, 42 for 1. No surprises. It is going to be Rizwan Sabir to continue. Bowled a lovely first over. Getting an important breakthrough once again onto the stumps. It's been played with soft hand. Gets a single. I think they don't have to do anything extraordinary from here onwards. Asim, after getting 42 on the road, make that 43 now. They can really just nudge it around and look for the singles. If they can get 50, 55 in 6 overs, that's job well done.
Oh, that's a cracking shot. He was waiting for that poor delivery. Oh, great effort. What an effort. That was Vishnu. A brilliant effort. I think Anwar didn't even run for it. And as a result, they just get a single out of that one. He felt that that's going all the way for a boundary. But what an effort. Great effort.
Yeah, he stood his ground after he thumped it down the ground, and I never expected such an effort. And these are the little moments in the game which really uplifts the mood in the camp. Driven nicely and a brilliant bit of fielding. This is exactly what I was mentioning. It has certainly uplifted the mood in the camp.
This is why you're into the semi-finals, because you've played as a champion already. You have it in your head, and these are those moments in the game where you'll have to capitalize, give that extra bit that you have in you to bounce back in the game. That's up in the air, chance. Vishnu makes no mistakes. Big wicket, and that's of Ahmed. He departs.
Well, you can't really keep this man out of the game, can you, for long? Mohammad Rizwan strikes once again. Just that hint of away movement in the air has undone him. And look at this catch. Brilliantly taken. Kept his eyes on the ball, and the celebration says it all.
I think these are those bunch of lads that believe in the fact that we do not give it up. Sign of Warriors, and that's what they have it against their name, Colatta Warriors. The skipper leading from the front and getting them their second scalp. 44 for 2. Farhan Babar, the left-handed opener by trade, but has a different role here for Gems Education, coming in at number 4. Now, this will be interesting. A left-hand, right-hand combination out there in the center. Chops one, and that will be a no ball. It looks like he has overstepped. As a spinner, that's a crime.
Yeah, you don't see much happen often. Rizwan Sabir is very disciplined when it comes to be giving out these extras, and clearly he's overstepped. And also we can see that the towels are out, Asim, so the dew has surely arrived.
Cracked. Width on offer. And you have to pay price for that extra delivery.
It's a loosener. It's too short, width offered. And Farhan Babar, he's crashed it towards the cover region. Found the gap yet again. And Rizwan, he was dejected. He knew, he started off the over so well until his last couple of deliveries. One, giving a no ball, and then a drag down delivery has gotten the full treatment.
Oh, good delivery. Very good delivery to finish his second. It's 49 for 2 after 5.
So they're off to a good start here, Gems Education, but the problem is that they have lost two important wickets. Rashid Habib and then Ahmed Khalid. Now over to Farhan Babar. Beautifully bowled, but that angle and also that drift has saved him.
Oh yeah, certainly going down. I think maybe if it had sneaked through the back leg, would have been much closer than what it was. Meanwhile, Vimalnath, team would be relying on his services for sure. Has an action pretty similar to Akshar Patel, if you've noticed. That approach before he delivers doesn't come a lot wider, but his release very, very similar.
Yeah, I think you're spot on. Good observation, Asim. Akshar Patel, another fine bowler. Of course, he's one of the best team India has at the moment. And lately, I think he's really developed his batting skills.
So has Vimalnath.
It's turning out to be a fine over. So 4 dot deliveries, pressure mounting on Anwar. He hasn't gotten much of strike, but now that he has, he's played 4 dot deliveries on the trot.
Rashid Habib isn't impressed. It's not that tough of a delivery that you can't nudge it down for a single. It's 50 for Gems Education with that single. A ball to go in the power play. But trying to make a strong comeback here as Colatta Warriors.
Now the question remains to be asked, what is the role defined for Anwar after playing 13 deliveries in the power play? Because usually we see Anwar Khan coming in the first overs, really expressing himself, playing those big shots. But today the story has been different, Asim.
I think he's not been fed in the areas that he likes the most. And that's one of the key areas which has kept him very silent. That's nudged down the ground by Farhan for a single and a very tidy over to begin proceedings here. Vimalnath continuing to impress. It's 6 gone, end of power play. 51 for 2.
Well, this match is nicely hanging in the balance at the moment. Gems Education, they have gotten the 50 in the power play. Some more spin being introduced. Farhan Babar. Oh, that is not good. It's sloppy work. And this is something which you can't really afford to be just leaking out singles in a form of a misfield.
For a second, I felt that was 2 on the cards, but that sloppy piece of running between the wickets as well should have been converted into double. Not to be so Anwar. Taking his own sweet time. We know he is talented enough to cover it up for the team. It's just that you do not want to throw it away so easily. Meanwhile, the leggy, Jishnu, Sunil Kumar. Oh, good delivery. That was a slider from Jishnu.
Yeah, talking about Anwar Khan, he is one of those batters who really fancies playing towards the leg side, towards the long on. And talking about someone like Jishnu, he's got that excellent flipper and that slider, as you just pointed out, Asim. And this is where he can really create an opportunity to entice Anwar to play cross-batted. And we've seen the ball tend to keep low. And that was a finger spin there. It wasn't the wrist spin, so he's mixing up things beautifully at the moment.
I think that's about the ability to maneuver around with the situation. Very determined there, Farhan. That's nicely played in the gap, looking for that second run. You would definitely do not want to take on the arm of Vishnu Sasikumar. Didn't come out to bat. I was very surprised that he didn't come out to bat.
Yeah, another very handy batter can really get you those quick runs, and that was required at one stage. So, rightly pointed out there, shot, it's been cut away. So, dealing in singles at the moment, boundaries are tough to come by. So, they are in a desperate need to stitch up another partnership here, both Farhan and Anwar.
Oh, yeah. I think it's pretty. The calculation is pretty simple here. Just don't give your wickets away. Your required run rate are hovering around 8 and over, which is well within range. Just that you get those singles and doubles in a timely manner, and things will be pretty easy to achieve if you have wickets in hand. And that's the mantra for any run chase for that matter. It's 7 gone, 56 for 2. We will not to continue. There is a slip in place, pretty interesting. That's stonked straight down the ground. Fielder. Oh, that should have been taken. Misjudging that one. He came in way too inside. That was an opportunity. It hasn't gone all the way. And look at where the fielder was trying to attempt for that catch. Missing out on basics.
Yeah, you just said misjudged, and that is the right word. He's clearly just outside it and should have been taken. This could have been a big moment of the game. You don't want to be giving chances to Farhan Babar. Brilliant bit of running. He's hit it right into the gap, and straight away there was a call of 2, and good response by Anwar.
Yeah, off late. Easy 2. It's a pretty common phrase that is being utilized all over the internet.
Oh, beautifully bowled. Just taking all the pace of this last delivery, and he's really mixing up his pace beautifully here, Asim.
I think we will not will hold that key to ensuring that there is no easy success to this run chase. Meanwhile, Junaid Shamsu, his contributions will have to fall in place as well, especially in the field, the gun fielder. What's more important here is that they keep picking up those wickets in timely manner. You don't want to settle a partnership for too long.
Yeah, they're going along well at the moment, Gems Education. They know how much is required. That required run rate is still pretty much in their hands. That's been nudged away towards the fine leg. Gets a single. And that's the end of the 8th over. No, I think there's one more delivery to go. So, Vimal, he's done well after he was hit for a boundary in the very first ball. He's given away just the 4 runs in the next 4 deliveries. So the plan is simple. To Farhan Babar, he's bowling the finger spinners, and to Anwar, a wrist spin, taking the ball away from Farhan. Beautifully bowled and nicely played once again, showing the full face of the bat. Gets a single, and Farhan will retain strike in the next over. 65 for 2 after 8. Jishnu Sunil, he bowled a decent first over, just the 5 runs came in. This is hit hard and very, very close to the fielder. This could have been a wicket going down for Han Babar. We saw almost just throwing away his wicket in the last over. He tried to hit that down the ground. And even now, just could not time it to perfection. Anwar, he's been there for quite a while now. He came out to open, mind you. And he hasn't really gotten much of strike, but at 1 over, I remember he played a lot of dot deliveries. That's a short delivery, and these are the deliveries which really, as a batter, I believe you should cash on and take the opportunity. For my liking, it was way too short. And I have seen Anwar, he's very severe the moment he sees anything short coming at him. That was one delivery he could have really hit hard towards the deep mid wicket, but nonetheless he opts to take a single. Must be having some kind of a plan back of his mind. Oh, too close to cut. That's a very risky shot for Han Babar. Needs to be a little careful in his approach, because Jishnu is one of those bowlers who really gets the ball in sharply towards the left-handers. And the last delivery was a testament to the fact. Drilled down the ground. He's hit that with some power, but he's played it along the carpet. So boundaries are difficult to come by. And that's all because of some disciplined bowling. And also, need to give credit to the spinners. They're doing a fine job under these conditions where there's a lot of dew now being formed. So it's just getting slightly tougher to grip the ball and get any kind of turn on offer. And this time, Anwar Khan decides enough is enough. It's time to unleash. And he has hit that like a cannonball for a much needed maximum. Just slightly shuffle across the stumps. And with offered in his zone, in his arc. Thank you, says Anwar, goes big for a huge maximum that's into the stands. Certainly that last 6 has released a bit of pressure which was building on Gems. Oh, beautifully played. Once again, it's in the gap. And oh, no. Don't look at your captain. That's a lovely stroke, but these are the little things which really can make a big difference in the end of the game. Yeah, I think he was not looking at the ball when he was trying to pick up the ball. And that's the reason he just completely lost sight of the delivery and has gone towards the boundary. 78 for 2 after 9. So that one big over of 13 in the 9th over has forced the captain to bring pace back into the attack. Mahbub Rana, another experienced campaigner, needs to get a breakthrough for his team, and that's why he's been introduced in the 10th over. Oh, beautifully bowled. Very lucky for Han Babar. Is really riding his luck, living dangerously in the middle. That last ball could have easily chopped back onto the stumps. Lucky escape. Maybe it could be his night. He's off to a good start already. 19 for Han and 20 for Anwar. He's gotten 10 runs in the last couple of deliveries that he played. First hitting a huge maximum in the over of Jishnu Sunil Kumar, and then that misfield, getting them important 13 runs. So the pendulum has shifted in the favor of Gems Education, and the other end, Colatta Warriors, they need a wicket. This is very smart and sensible approach that we are seeing at the moment. And War Khan, he knows that he's already gotten a big over in the ninth. So he's just ensuring that he keeps rotating strike. They're ensuring they don't play out any dot deliveries, cashing onto each and every ball. Yes, they have lost a couple of early wickets, but then since Farhan has walked in the middle, he has given resistance to this innings. And things are looking much, much comfortable and bright at the moment for Gems Education. This is hit hard once again. It's into the gap, and it's Farhan Babar who wanted the second. Brilliant bit of running. Excellent coordination and communication between the two. Anwar Khan was the one who was a little hesitant and wasn't sure if there was two on offer, but Farhan Babar, he had no doubts in his mind. The moment he hit that, there was a loud call of two. And good running between the wickets between Farhan and Anwar. So without taking any kind of risks, they've already gotten 4 runs in the first 3. And they need under 8 runs per over. So things are pretty much in control for Gems Education at the moment. Good delivery. Maybe Junaid Shamsu, as a leader, could opt to introduce himself into the attack. He is a genuine wicket taker, and he's got that experience to be bowling with the new ball. Those cutters and the slow bumpers could really come into equation and can be handy at this stage. You need to disengage this partnership, which is now growing in confidence and stature. They need 79 more runs in 10.2. It's not going to be all that easy. It's a wicket where you really need to work hard to get your runs. He's whipped it away beautifully. That's a poor delivery. And he's got full treatment. For Farhan Babar is not looking quite comfortable in the middle. He's shuffled across the stumps, and that is what's undone Mehboob Rana. He's bowled onto the stumps, and Farhan Babar getting 4 important runs. So yet again, a good over coming in for Gems Education. The captain, I think he needs to put his thinking cap on. They need a desperate wicket. Farhan Babar is looking quite comfortable now. And that's a much better delivery. Pitching outside, easy decision. Will be a leg bye to close out another good over for Gems Education. We're halfway through in this innings. It's 87 for 2 after 10. Back live after a much needed drinks break for both the teams. Vimalnath, can he produce a wicket? This partnership is looking quite threatening at the moment. He goes for a big shot. It's straight as an arrow and he's got plenty of bat on this one. So they are running away with the show now, and Farhan Babar, he has clobbered this down the ground. It's in his zone and he goes downtown, starts the over with the maximum and putting Vimalnath under tremendous pressure.
Certainly a top shot there from Farhan. Oh, glorious. What power behind that one. The fielder didn't have time to react. Top shot there from Farhan. Width on offer by Vimalnath. He was pretty conservative in terms of his economy. But he has been belted for 10 runs in the first 2 balls of this third over. Nicely chipped in the gap. Just be a single. They'll have to find a way to break through this partnership. Anwar, he's going at run a ball 21. And a quick single. This is a smart cricket here from Anwar. He's just holding on to one end pretty nicely. We saw that happening with Vaibhav, but he was running short of partners. They kept losing wickets at regular intervals. But now, here Farhan has steadied the ship. For a second, we saw that Colatta, they believed and they were trying to bounce back in the game. But suddenly, this partnership has come out in their way after the departure of Ahmed Khalid. 100 up here for Gems Education. Going at 9.23 and over. 6.5 is the required run rate. A loud appeal. Oh, that was a close one. Coming forward onto that one. Oh, drifting down. Good decision. Very good decision. End of the 11th over. It's 100 for 2. So Rizwan Sabir has brought himself back. Desperate situations here. And straight to the fielder, Harit Shetty. He's not playing in, coming in as a sub for Vaibhav Govekar. I probably felt that this wicket demanded another additional spinner. Maybe in the form of Hardik Pai. Cut away straight to the fielder, and that fumble will lead them to get that single comfortably. What's more key here is how Anwar approaches the rest of the innings here. They've worked things around pretty smartly. They've been chasing pretty well off late. Played it upish on a bounce to Junaid Shamsu. Rizwan Sabir needs to find a trick out of his book rather, to get a breakthrough. Oh, good delivery. Just beating the fielder inside the circle. Good work. A couple of runs nonetheless. The thing's just not flowing right in the way of Colatta Warriors. There's been that team which has definitely made a mark here in the domestic circuit. They've lifted the Bukhatar League twice, the 50-over edition. And they've given some strong competition to the top domestic sides here. Oh, nicely played towards the cover sweeper. Israr will cover it up for a single. Something needs to flow correctly in way of Rizwan Sabir and his troops to find a way out to sneak through this partnership. Played straight at the fielder. Will be a dot to finish. A pretty decent over, 5 of it. And Gems Education, they are 105 for 2 after 12. Jishnu Sunil Kumar. Well, tad expensive. 18 in his 2, but he'll have to make a comeback here for his team. That's played up in the air. Chance for the fielder. And that's been taken. Rizwan Sabir makes no mistakes. And the partnership has been broken here by Jishnu. Trying to cut loose and go for that glory shot. And Farhan Babar perishes. He played beautifully for his 41. And Rizwan Sabir making no mistake there. And he is jubilant with that breakthrough. Is this that opportunity for Colatta Warriors to sneak through here? Only time will tell us. 105 for 3. It's game on here at the Sharjah Stadium. $105 for 3. New batter in Afaq Shahid. Trying to sweep that. Immediately trying to improvise or exploit the field setup. There is no short fine leg in place. And immediately after that shot, they have decided to get one. They need to cut down the boundary balls here. That is crucial. Absolute crucial. That's taken short straight to Israr. Wow, another wicket here. That too of Anwar will set the right tone for a magical finish here at the Sharjah Stadium. It's not over. 54 required, a 45 off the back foot. Straight to the skipper. Will take a single. So Jishnu has given that breakthrough which the team was looking for. It's not that conventional wrist spinner who has that googly. He prefers to have the slider in place, not the big turner of the ball. Yeah. Drifting in with the arm. $109 for 3. Punches it down the ground, looking for 2. And you would not want to charge or take the arm of Vishnu Sasikumar. That's a decent over. In fact, a good one as far as Colatta Warriors are concerned. They've got that breakthrough. A big wicket of Farhan Babar and 5 runs of it. 110 for 3 after 13.
Vimalad to bowl his last over. It's been economical so far. Oh, that is a beautiful ball and a very risky shot. And once again, Asim, that fumble will allow them to take an easy single.
You need extraordinary effort to pull things back in your favor from here. You've taken that one step of picking the wicket, breaking that partnership of between Anwar and Farhan Babar. Not out, says the umpire. Well, couple of tight overs here can lead us to that finish that we are talking about. Oh, not able to stop it off his own bowling. 112 for 3. 39 balls, 49. Pretty simple. The difference of 10. It's 7.5 that is required. Only wickets can do the magic here for Colatta Warriors. They need to get them in bunches here.
Yeah, it looks quite simple on our screens, but in the all-important semi-final, when it's a knockout game, even these 42, it's not going to be all that easy. So, me as a captain, I would really ask Vimalad to just entice a couple of deliveries to Anwar Khan and let him go for the big shots. Because if they just look to play the singles and doubles, I think they will be just cruising along. So you need to just create an opportunity. That's a better delivery. Glided towards short third, and yet again, it's a wayward throw. But thankfully so, no damage done.
I was expecting a lot better there. A ball to go here. This is the final over of Vimalad, and one good thing that Gems have done is not give him wickets. Generally, he's the one who shakes the backbone of the opposition. He was been taken for runs in the previous over by Farhan. A single to finish. Again, a 5-run over. Last 6 overs, 36 required, 115 for 3.
Still, they need 46 runs, and they do have overs to really chase this down easily. But then again, it's not going to be all that easy. It is a wicket where there is something for the bowlers, and all they have to do is just target onto the stumps. Slightly shorter. Oh my God, that is not a good delivery. And we'll have to wait for the signal of the umpire as to whether the batter has gotten any bat, or if that's going to be, well, he's got some pad on it. So lucky escape from Mohammad Rizwan. Could have been easily 3 wides to start off this over. He's done well so far, and I think it's a great move to be introducing him at this stage, considering you don't want to be holding his over for too long. You need a wicket at this stage. This is lofted up in the air, and very, very lucky not timing it. Otherwise, Israr Ahmed down in the deep could have come into play.
Yeah, certainly. Rizwan Sabar's final over, he has picked up 2 wickets. He's been that key factor for Colatta Warriors. As we see, towel work to dry up the ball speaks volumes, and definitely an aspect that the next 2 teams will be considering. Wanted to take that single, Anwar. Generally very quick between the wickets. Likes to take those singles on. Meanwhile, this over is crucial. Get a wicket or 2 maybe here. Oh, nicely carved away in the gap. And it has enough to go all the way. Very good shot there from Afaq Shahid. Just making room for himself, opening the face of the bat and playing it between the gap behind the point region.
Innovation at its best. It was a fuller delivery, but then again, he always wanted to hit it between the point and gully fielder, bisecting it beautifully and getting 4 valuable runs just to ease a bit of nerves in the center. And they don't want to take this down to that last over, Asim. We've seen funny thing happen in a T20 format, especially in a knockout game.
Yeah, you need to be wise enough to take this game, finish this game as early as possible. But you know, Colatta Warriors, they don't let things go by so easy. I want to make sure that they are making them work really hard for every single run that is required. 38 of 31 now. Knocking it for a single. That's 124 for 3.
Well, this is interesting. They've opted to bring Israr Ahmed, the medium pacer, and straight away is being pumped for a boundary. So yet again, the agony continues for Israr Ahmed. He's bowled a short delivery, and Afaq just seeing an opportunity and has placed it to perfection to start off this over well.
Well, that was a nothing delivery from Israr. You need to give a tight competition to the opposition here. And that's certainly not a right way to begin with. 33 required of 29 balls. It just looks like a walk in the park, especially with 7 wickets in hand. Great effort. And they come back for 2. This is good cricket. Afaq is determined to take strike. He wants to finish it off early as possible.
And also, the fielder was asking Israr Ahmed to, he should have gone behind the stumps rather after the delivery he bowled. He just stood his ground. It's just looking a bit too easy now, Asim. In between, there was a phase when Colatta Warriors, they picked up a wicket and they were right back in the game. But now the equation, it looks much simpler.
All has to go back to the fact that they didn't put in that effort to stop singles. Those easy singles are always on, and you need to have a 2 to 3 run over from somewhere, and a couple of them, not just one odd, but 3 to 4 overs like that probably can pull the strings back in your favor, but it's too late.
Yeah, you make a very valid point. And also, I think we need to give credit to Anwar, because he saw the field was widespread. That's why he just persisted to take those singles on offer. That's a short delivery, intentionally played along the carpet, down the ground, gets a single.
Yeah, smart move, smart cricket, controlling that shot.
So just the 30 more required, and they've got plenty of deliveries to chase this down and cement a spot in the all-important grand finale of the 36th Sharjah Ramadan League 2025. That has been flicked away, and a bit of an awkward bounce, almost deceiving the fielder. Could have gone towards the boundary yet again. So they don't really have to do anything extraordinary or silly. Gems Education, things are pretty much in their control. They've already gotten the runs in this over. Make that 9 in the first 5. So all Anwar can do, just take a single. And that's it. It's a big over for them. Just like that. Beautifully played. And oh my word, he's fuming, and rightfully so, that there was no backup on offer. 16 gone. Gems Education are cruising along. 133 for 3. Just the last 4 overs remaining, and only 28 required. In terms of the perspective of team Colatta Warriors, they should go down with a fight. Yes, the pendulum has heavily shifted in the favor of Gems Education, but you just need to have that belief and faith in yourself that we can defend this 28 and 24. We have seen that in the past, especially in this iconic Sharjah Cricket Stadium, where the ball does tend to keep slightly low. And this is where Mehboob Rana, he can try to pitch the ball slightly up and also go for the variations. Let the batter do something out of the box. He's bowled just 1 over, and he's been brought back into the attack for a purpose, and that is to disengage this partnership, which is now looking in ominous form. Afaq has scored 21, and Anwar, he's looking quite comfortable. Mind you, he hasn't gotten much of strike. He came out as an opener, and he's played 31 deliveries. But all these 31 deliveries, I personally believe he's done extremely well. He's read the situation well, and it has been a mature innings. So now he just needs to ensure he takes his team over the line. Fuller delivery. Quick single, shy the stumps, and he's safe. Well, that's the right approach. Gems Education know that there's no urge of hitting those big boundaries. Just like that, well responded by his partner Anwar Khan. He was ready for the single. And that's what they are opting to take at the moment. Singles and doubles. Maybe that one odd loose delivery, they can capitalize and take full opportunity to get a boundary onto their name. Fine leg, and third man is in the circle. Full toss, it's been punched away, but so unfortunate. It was there to be hit. He did get a lot of bat onto that, but 5 meters on the either side of the fielder, it would have gone towards the boundary. Mehboob Rana, can he produce a wicket? He's got a deep square leg, deep mid wicket, a long on, a long off, and a deep cover. So pretty much a spinner's field at the moment, which they've given to Mehboob Rana. Maybe that slower delivery right in the block hole entice the batter to go big. They're not really looking for the big shots at the moment. This is hit hard once again. He's found the gap. It's racing away towards the boundary. Well, they seem to be in a hurry now. And they will now believe that they are inching closer to reach the grand finale. That's not the best of deliveries. Too full, width offered, and it was a nothing ball in the end. So 4 more added in this over without taking any kind of risks. They have gotten 6 runs in the 17th over, and still 3 more legal deliveries to go. I think a lot of credit needs to be given to Zafar Raja, the captain of Gems Education. He was very smart in the rotation of his bowlers, and a thinking captain, very inspirational leader. He's done exceptionally well in this all-important semi-final, and he will be pretty much relaxed in the dugout, knowing that his team is done so well. First, of course, with the ball in the field. Of course, who can forget that unbelievable one-handed take by the captain himself, Zafar Raja. Yeah, that's the delivery I was talking about. A fuller delivery onto the stumps and give a lot of loop. Really entice the batter to go big. Equation looks quite simple at the moment. No real problems whatsoever. They did get a couple of early wickets where they were 44 for 2, Gems Education, but that excellent partnership between Farhan Babar and Anwar completely turned the table around. Driven nicely in full control. Such a powerful striker of the ball is Anwar. Every time he sees anything full in his zone, he really packs a punch. It has been quite contrasting to usually what we see Anwar Khan does when he comes out to open. And I have seen this man hitting those huge sixes, and when he hits it, it stays hit. More often than not, you will require new ball. Last delivery. Beautifully bowled. Dot to close out the 17th over. 140 for 3. Junaid Shamsu has brought back himself into the attack when the opponents, they need just 21 runs needed, and you've got ample time to achieve so. Colatta Warriors, you can see that the body language has slightly gone down. They sense that they're on the verge of getting a defeat in this all-important knockout semi-final. They've played exceptional cricket throughout this tournament. But I believe they were... Oh, that is an outside edge. And no damage done, just a single. Yeah, played some magnificent cricket throughout this tournament, of course. And who can forget that last win against Seven Districts, one of the top quality sides here in the UAE domestic circuit, beating them conventionally. But today, against Gem Education, I believe they were 15 to 20 runs short. So much was dependent by the opening pair, Junaid Shamsu. Webber, he did well. Hit hard once again, just a single. But you needed your couple of main go-to batters to fire in this crunch game. Junaid Shamsu, of course, and Israr Ahmed, the man in form. He's been getting runs lately, left, right, and centre. So you need such batters to really rise to the occasion. This is hit hard, slashed up in the air. It sailed over the fielder, and that's gone for a huge maximum. Look at that. Brilliantly played and intentionally going aerial. He's got plenty of bat on this one. He's stamping his authority at the moment is Anwar Khan. Yes, he has played 36 deliveries, but this has been such a valuable knock. There's a lot of meaning and purpose behind this innings of Anwar. He's played against the nature of his actual gameplay, which is to express himself. This could be a run out. He's struggling, and maybe that's going to be sent upstairs. Anwar, he's put in that hard dive, but has he lost his wicket? Could pick up and throw. That's a good collection as well from the keeper. Until here, he seems to be struggling. I think side on angle might be more helpful. I think he's made his ground, so just the 12 more needed in the last 14 deliveries. Now let's have a look at this once again. It was a good little shot, heading straight down the ground. Excellent pickup. It's got a rocket arm. Don't really think we have another angle, but let's have a close look at this one. Can't really tell. It's going to be a tough one, and maybe he could be getting benefit of the doubt here. Even if they lose a wicket at this stage, I don't really think it's going to be a huge problem for Gems Education, because all they need is 12 runs in the next 14 deliveries. Yeah, the umpire, third umpire rather, just wants to be 100% sure until he makes his verdict and takes a decision. And I think Anwar is done exceptionally well. That hard long dive has saved him. Also that 150 comes on the board, so just the 10 more required, and in the end it's just turned out to be a pretty much one-sided encounter, which promised to be in blockbuster in the mid phase of the game. There was a bit of a stutter when they lost 2 early wickets, Gems Education. Junaid Shamsu steaming in once again, and that's an inside edge. Will get a couple of more runs easily in the end. Again, he's done well here. Anwar Khan is not the best when it comes to be running between the wickets, but he's done well. 153 for 3 after 18. Well, the dugout, the players will be raring to go inside and celebrate as they can now sense and believe that they are so close to be cementing a spot in the all-important grand finale, which is going to be played tomorrow here in this iconic Sharjah Cricket Stadium. Mehboob to bowl the penultimate over. Nicely bowled, but no problem whatsoever. There's no pressure of sorts on Afaq and Anwar Khan. Also, we need to give a lot of credit to Afaq. He too came in a situation where there were a lot of runs required, but he kept his calmness and composure and really has played a valuable knock for his team. And they are now inching closer to victory. Gems Education, they've played phenomenal cricket throughout this tournament and a well-deserved spot in the semi-finals, and now just 7 runs shy to be reaching the grand finale. Nicely done. He's opened the face of the bat intentionally, and that is an unbelievable shot in the end. He somehow dug out so well, and you can see it was intentionally played. He opened the face of the bat and has guided it towards the point region for a boundary. Yeah, it's pretty much done and dusted. Just the 3 more required. So time will tell if Anwar Khan is going to seal the deal and win this game with a glory hit and also get his 50, or he's going to be happy with just knocking it around and take those 3 easy singles and finish off this game. Hit hard, he's found the gap, and that's it. It's Gems Education who have stood tall, and they have cemented a spot in the grand finale. This has been such a clinical and a comprehensive performance. It was a bit of a stutter. They did lose a few early wickets, but this man on your screen, Anwar Khan, he really outplayed the opponents. Such a valuable 48 for his team. And in the end, Colatta Warriors just falling short. Gems Education have registered a victory here in this all-important semi-final. And we now know our first finalists in the 36th edition of Sharjah Ramadan League 2025. They're going to walk out with a lot of pride. Anwar, and alongside his partner Fark, who's batted so well, came out, but there was immense pressure. But he said, pressure? What pressure? Handshakes all around. It was a good game of cricket. It went down to the penultimate over in the second innings. Zafar Raja there on your screen, leading from the front. He must be a enjoyable man. He's led his team exceptionally well, taken some brave calls, was so smart in the rotation of his bowlers, and have they delivered a what? It has been a collective performance. The spinners especially, they came into equation and really made life so tough for the opponents. So that's how things have panned out. Rashid Habib giving a good start, 18 in just 11 deliveries. And after that, Ahmed Khalid also was looking to play a few shots, but couldn't really convert the 15 into a big one. Farhan Babar, this man, he made a lot of difference the moment he walked in. That lefty-righty combination created a lot of troubles to the opponents. And in the end, Anwar Khan and Afaq Shahid playing a beautiful innings, a good little partnership. And in the end, they have easily chased this target down of 162 and have won by 7 wickets comprehensively. Yeah, I think it's going to be a painful lesson for some of the bowlers. Junaid Shamsu, it wasn't his night, neither with the bat nor with the ball. Israr Ahmed, I think that was the right move to bring him to be bowling with the new ball. Mohammad Rizwan, he did well, picked up 2 wickets alongside Jishnu Sunil Kumar, also picked up a wicket. But none of the other bowlers could really perform on the big stage. And in the end, they have lost this game in the all-important semi-final. So the first semi-final is done and dusted. It was Colatta Warriors batting first. Vaibhav Govekar, he played a valuable knock alongside Vimal Nad. 41 for him, and Mohammad, he bowled exceptionally well. 4 wickets to his name. Match-winning performance alongside Shan and Ahmed picks up a wicket. In reply, Gems Education, they have chased this down in the 19th over. Anwar Khan unbeaten 48 in just 40. Farhan Babar played a very, very sensible knock, 41 for him. Afaq alongside Anwar getting 30 in just 22. Rizwan, Jishnu and Israr, they bowled well, but in the end it wasn't enough for them. They could not stop Gems Education to cross the line and cement a spot in the grand finale, which is going to be played here tomorrow itself. Right then, we're just going to dive into a short little break, and once we are back, we will have Asim Sheikh down with the post-match presentation. Stay tuned.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the post-match presentation of the 36th Sharjah Ramadan League T20 2025. Before we begin, first of all, I would like to thank Sharjah Cricket and its administration in pulling off a brilliant tournament of this sort, like always they have been doing over the years. Now, this was the semi-final, the first semi-final which was played between Gems Education and Colatta Warriors. And Gems Education, after winning the toss, they elected to bowl first, restricting the opposition to 160 odd runs and winning the game comfortably by 7 wickets. And I would like to introduce Mr. Tehseen Javed, the match referee, to the post-match presentation party, where he'll be handing over the player of the match to none other than Faraz, Mohammad Faraz of Gems Education. He picked up 4 wickets, conceding 31 runs in his 4-over spell. Faraz, brilliant outing. What do you have to say about your performance?
I think it was a good day. I think we played really well. I think we stuck to our basics, and the result came out well.
Well, we have seen that on slower tracks, you generally come out to, turn the ball square. But today, we didn't see you coming out and turning the ball. In fact, you were rather drifting it. What was the idea behind that?
I think the Sharjah wicket always helps me. It stops a bit in the middle, so I thought I'll reverse a little on the other side, and that helped me. Yeah.
Well, at times you try to, pass on that benchmark that you have laid down in fielding to your rest of the fielders. That aggression, how do you try to pull it off?
I think you always have to do better each and every day. So I try to, even if it's 1% better, I try to do as much as possible. So that's what is encouraging me every day to become better, yeah.
Tell us about the support that the team management has been providing to pull off such a performance.
I think Gems is doing a great job, giving a lot of opportunities to a lot of young players. I think Mohsen Bhai is also doing a very good job. He's backing and the environment is very good. So that's the reason why we are doing well and we are in the finals, yeah.
Well, all the very best. Do well for the finals as well.
Thank you, thank you.
Well, that's it from the post-match presentation, but do not go anywhere. We have another semi-final which is lined up. It's an action-packed superstar of a game that is lined up there. Z Games taking on Karwan Cricket Club. Until then, we'll dive into a quick short break and we'll be back with the live action of the second semi-final.